As I look upon my life, there's a passion inside. Heaven knows I'm living my dreams. As I look upon my life, there's a passion inside. Heaven knows I'm living my dream.
Stuck. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Yay, this is a beautiful Thursday winter's morning. And so we are so grateful to be with you this morning. And so, yay, if you did not subscribe, we want you to subscribe so you know what is plotting, what is happening on this podcast called The Inside Show. And you are on The Inside Show with none other than Talk with Joan Thursdays. Co-host Leanne Consalvas is back with us in the studio, and we are so happy having you here this morning. Lekker refreshed and had a nice time in the mother city. Ay, so lekker. Still missing our other co-host,
in the USA.
Vivi. In the USA, girlfriend. We are saying hi. Hope you're doing well, girlfriend. So yes, we know that she'll be back in August. So yes, thank you so much. We have a lekker topic here this morning. Ay man, ek like die topic regtig, né? So yeah, we're having, it's the halfway mark of the year. Are you still doing what you said you're going to do in the beginning of the year? And we have the lady in the house. And, on this topic, there's nobody that can take this topic on as Lady S herself. So, yay to Lady S. Ja, nee, man. We just want you to say hi, Lee and Sonia, if you can just say hi to the people.
Hi, Insights family, and yes, like Joan says, it is good to be back here. We are missing our last compadre, but we'll be seeing her very soon. And Talk with Joan on Thursday is definitely something that I miss in my week, so I hope that you guys have been watching the shows and staying in tune and not missing out on the valuable insights that we have here. And yes, I echo that excitement. Speaking to Lady S is going to be a life-changing experience.
Absolutely so.
Always with the nuggets, always with the enthusiasm, and we always feel her vibe here in the studio.
So,
yay.
Yes. Thank you, ladies. I'm so honored and privileged to be with you in the room. And I always draw from the inside shows and from Talk with Joan. I don't miss it. Even if I'm on a meeting, I always try to tune in, on my phone in the meantime, just not to miss it, to be updated. And I am so excited. And I know this is a topic dear to my heart. I love to see how people, move from one level to another. And that's why I enjoy being here today. And I know we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
And let's just have the energy. Because
when
we have enough energy, we will have enough to say to our viewers. And our viewers will give us back that same energy. So,
absolutely so.
Thank you so much.
Yes, yes, girlfriends, you know that many times we, in the beginning of the year, vir ons almal moes die blaadjie omslaan, right? Ja, ons sal begin met 'n nuwe blaadjie. Ons slaan die blaadjie om. Skoon blaadjie.
Doen jou was goed.
Yay, man. Yes, it's a total spring clean, yeah. But before we get there, I'm sure you have your mirrors out, ready to speak to the lady or the gent looking back at you. So my question for you today is, what is the person looking back at you saying to South Africans today?
Whoa. Well, for me, I'm a South African. With the load shedding schedule that's been somewhat on level 1, it does kind of make me feel hopeful. about
Yes, true.
not complete devastation is underway. So to South Africans, I would say, remain hopeful in all things. This too shall pass. It is a season, albeit a very difficult one, and coming off the back of a previous difficult season. But stay hopeful in all things, in your workplace, in your home and marriage life, in all areas. Stay hopeful because things will change. There is a silver lining, and I'm looking out for it.
Awesome. What I would say to South Africans today, looking in my mirror, is to say, let's continuously cultivate the spirit of Ubuntu. Togetherness.
Yes.
We need now unity like never before. To move forward as South Africans, we need each other. We cannot look at credentials anymore, but we need to know that we need each other to make South Africa great again. And to also to have a spirit of Ubuntu, to have the spirit of oneness, to have the spirit of togetherness. That is what I want to say to South Africans today.
Yeah, I want to say to South Africans today, let's leave the race, let's leave the color of the skin, let's leave everything that is so, because we're already going through such a lot in South Africa. There's so many things happening all around us, there's a lot of people in poverty. So I want to say, as Leanne said, stay hopeful and let us be there for one another. Love covers a multitude of sins, so let us shed love. Let's just be that love and embrace one another with love and don't tramp on one another, right? That is what I want to say to South Africans today. And if you are listening to us, please, on YouTube, The Inside Show, let's tune in and talk to us. Thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. So yeah, we're gonna kick off with this. So as I said, Lee and Sons, I know you guys also in the beginning of the year, you had your vision board. Everything was hunky-dory.
It was going to be the best year.
Yo, we decree and declare this year is our year. Our year, we're going to make it and we're going to make it strong, right? And then we go to the vision board and we put things on the vision board. We say certain things to ourselves. And yeah, that's what we do. But it's the middle of the year. We're in July.
Yep.
Right?
And July don't lie.
Hey, July don't lie. July, that's so nice. That's so... Ruimelarij roep jy daai. Ja, daai's ruimelarij. So, that is, guys, where we at. So, are you still on par with the vision that you yourself placed on your vision board? And if you did not have a vision board, I'm sure there were things in your spirit, in your mind, that you really said to yourself that we're going to accomplish this. We're going to do this thing, right? I'm going to do this thing. And you had affirmations and stuff like that. I'm talking to Joan, right? I'm talking about myself. I don't know about you. I don't want to throw stones, But yeah, I know it. I know it. But you know what? No, guys. July. Look back.
Yeah.
Where were you supposed to be right now in July, right? And I want to ask the question, what took you off track?
Yeah.
Where are you finding yourself? Is that board still intact, guys? Or were you distracted?
Yeah.
Did you lose interest? So let's talk about the distractions that can come our way.
Yeah. And I like what you're saying. And I think we don't want to throw in the towel for the rest of the year.
Absolutely.
Just because we reached mid-year and perhaps we didn't get to where we wanted to be.
Yeah.
And so if you didn't get to where you wanted to be, you still have 6 months of the year.
Yes.
This year can still count.
Oh, yes,
this
it
can
can.
be seeds for the forthcoming year. Don't lose track and then just lose the whole year. And at the end of the year, repeat the same cycle.
Yes.
About
Yes.
giving up on 2023, but 2024 is going to be my best year ever. But there are 6 months of 2023 that can still work and shine for you.
Absolutely.
So I think the first thing would be to evaluate where you are and how's your headspace in the middle of the year.
Yes.
Because not many people. On a side note, not many people. You have the fervor, and like you described it, Joan, it's. I don't know if you guys also do this color tradition of making sure that you don't go into the new year with dirty washing.
Oh, definitely, girlfriend.
Yes.
I think that's a colored thing.
It
right?
is a color thing, I'm sure of it. And that's one color tradition that I don't mind keeping because
Me too.
It's such a great
No,
habit.
it
It's like,
is.
you
No,
know
it
what?
is.
Let me go into this year properly. Many Christian colors also do crossover services.
Yes.
So you make sure your washing is sorted out. Crossover service, you're in a good space. It's a good kind of
Very good.
process
Very
to go
good.
through, and that gives us a lot of energy, and it gives us the
Something
feeling
to
of
look
we can
forward
do
to.
anything.
Yeah.
Yes, and the slate is going to kind of be wiped clean.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is that you can have a lot of superficial energy, but can we translate that into thoughtful goals and into reasonable steps and into a process? So sometimes we just have that energy and fervor and a list of things that we want to accomplish. But you know yourself, Sonia, and even Joan, as coaches, that it has to be a lot more deliberate.
Absolutely.
You have to kind of set it out in chunks or time frames or accomplishable goals. You know that and I think if you have that game plan,
That's right.
your chances of success are greater than if you don't, and you just have that superficial energy and good intentions.
Absolutely.
So I think maybe we can differentiate between that. Did you just have the energy, or did you manage to put it into a workable document that can track, that can quantify, that can help you?
Absolutely. I like what you said, Leanne, with the game plan. And for me, I am at a place where I can't really say that I have set goals for this year and I'm here now and I have not achieved. The reason why I said so is the game plan is there. I set 2 goals for myself for this year.
Yeah.
I've strategized it. I revisit it on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. I've checked in with myself. What do I do currently that actually moving me towards my goals, towards my vision? And I think that is where we sometimes lack and causes ourselves to not achieve that particular goal or a vision, because we don't do check-ins to it, and we have 3 or 4, 5 goals, and then we can't manage.
Unachievable goals.
Yeah.
We can't, unachievable goals.
Yeah.
And like you were,
Unmanageable goals.
unmanageable.
Yeah.
And what works for me currently is the managing of those goals, because I have 2 goals. I shine my goal, and I work towards it on a daily, weekly
But you
basis.
see, Sons, it's good to have a vision on board. It's good to have a vision board. It's good to have a vision in your mind, in your spirit. But there's life issues,
Happening.
that's actually happening. So I just want us to talk a little bit about what can take you off track. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things, I looking at it and honestly speaking, what I see is happening. There's certain things like envying.
Yes.
Envy is one of the distractions that
like
can take you off. So the competing.
I thought you were going big with like load shedding is taking me off track. No, but that's good. You're bringing it down to yourself, and you're saying,
yes,
there's
you're
something
look-
inside of you that
Yes.
could be taking you off track.
And with envy, you look at someone else's vision and not your own.
Yes.
And then you have that comparison.
You
thing
don't
going
stay
on.
focused.
You don't
On-
on your vision. You're more worried about someone else's vision.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's one of the distractions.
Yes.
Envy is a big thing because a lot of us actually make that mistake.
Absolutely.
We don't compete. We don't complete
Each other.
We don't complete
Yes.
one another.
Yeah.
We compete.
You don't.
We compete.
Yeah.
We compete. We see, Leanne is doing A, B, and C.
Let me also.
Oh no, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
So it's off your line.
line.
It's off your vision.
Yes.
It's not in your plan.
Yeah.
Right? But now because Leanne is doing it,
You also want to do it.
you also want to do it.
Yeah, no, that's a real thing.
That's a big distraction.
And it speaks to two things. It's staying in your lane and being truthful.
Yay.
Absolutely.
And people
Yay.
don't like to
Yay.
get to that level
Yay.
of truth with
Yes.
themselves.
Yes.
It's like, you know,
Yes.
you can, and that's the thing with declarations that are also dangerous, Joan. Is like, you can say, oh, I'm a queen, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But it's like, yes, but let's work on your competency. So that
Yes.
when you say you're the queen, it
Yes.
comes from a place of truth and
Yes.
competence.
Yes.
And you can't just declare things and then just hope they're attacked. But a
will
distraction,
happen, yeah.
yes. But you're talking about distractions, and I think that's real because you have this internal distractions.
Yes.
And then you have other ones, like I would say the broader ones. Like I'm trying to be more focused in perhaps writing, but the load shedding does mess with me because
Yeah, it does.
in
Yes.
the quiet times or the times when I have this opportunity to sit. I am interrupted because there's no lights. I don't like writing with the sound of the generator. It's
Yeah,
not.
no,
It's
not
not very
nice, yeah.
soothing. So
Yeah.
you do get those legitimate obstacles.
Absolutely
And then you,
so.
like you say, you're still warring within yourself
Yes.
with
Yes.
your own internal issues.
Yes.
So yes, those are distractions. What else do you see as common distractions?
Okay. What I can say is many times we can use those things as distractions,
Yeah.
but yet we can use it as excuses not to accomplish your goal.
Yes.
And that is where we get stuck sometimes. I
Yes.
heard what you're saying now. I hear what you're saying with regards to don't want to write while the generation is generator
But
is
it
on.
can be my
It can
excuse.
be excuse because
Yeah.
that is what is the generator to do with you just writing down? But you've decided,
Yes.
I don't want it. But now, how determined are you to
Yes.
write?
No,
how
that's true.
committed are you to write?
And how truthful
How
am I prepared
truthful
to
are you to-
am I prepared to be? Because if I think about it, I could block out the sound.
Yeah, you
Exactly.
can,
And I
especially
can-
if you focus.
Yes, I
Yes.
can block out the
Yes.
sound with headphones, and I can continue to do that.
Absolutely
right.
so.
yes,
There's distractions.
Excuse number one.
Excuse number
hashtag.
one. So for me, it's like distractions. You find really severe distractions whereby sickness come in.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have said this
Yes,
goal to this
yes.
year, but unfortunately, something happened with your
Yes,
health.
yeah.
And you
absolutely.
have to attend to that now
Yes.
instead of focusing on this goal. Then I would say yes, it's really a
And
distraction.
even grief.
And even grief. You loss of a family member.
Yes.
And you,
It totally takes you
yeah,
off focus.
it takes you off focus unless you go for therapy,
Therapy, yeah.
and you go through it. But it comes down again to one word, Joni.
Yes.
How committed are you towards yourself and towards the specific vision and goal? Because
How
you will
de- how
find-
determined
how
are you?
determined are you? And
Yes.
that is what happens sometimes. We're not hunger enough
Yeah,
to achieve it.
we're actually not.
Or we also not because you are pointing out something very valid, and you're saying you've got this internal distraction. You're saying you can make it an excuse. You're saying there's big things like grief and
Yes.
difficulty, a job loss even
Yes.
can be a
Absolutely.
Absolutely
But if
so.
we have a plan, we can also check in and we
Yes.
can say, okay, this one is still possible.
Yes.
This one I'm going to have to rework. This one I can get this version, or this is what I can do. But because we don't check in on our goals,
That's right.
we just say, you know what, 2024 year I come.
Yeah.
So we just toss it all out.
Absolutely.
And then you also, the thing about tossing things out is that you lose the progress that you made.
Yes.
If January, February, March was a good month, you lose it. Because You
Absolutely.
tossed it all. You
Yes.
tossed it all in.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I like what you say there, Pastor Leanne, because if my goals is to stay fit for the year,
Yeah.
and something happened
gonna-
within
yeah.
my family,
Yeah.
and I can't get to the
the
gym,
gym,
or I can't
yeah.
work out,
Yeah.
I've got two other goals that I can then work on instead of concentrating on this one. And sometimes that is also that we have to look at. Why are we putting so much energy in one thing and not in all other things? And then evaluate it then on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and check in with those goals and see, okay, what do I do towards this goal?
Yes.
Even if it's not, the one specific one, but the second one, the third one. And then, because I normally have an Excel spreadsheet that I'll work on.
Like your
And-
tracker, like
yes,
your goal tracker,
Yes, I
yeah?
have a goal tracker. I have questions. I'll ask myself, what have you done this week that in order for you to achieve this and this and this towards your goal. You
Yes.
know, what are you doing on this month?
Yes.
This in order. So it's like a 6 month or 12 months tracker. And that helps us. Because when you come
Yeah,
back,
I'm sure that is an excellent.
Yeah.
It's a skill
Yeah,
actually. You
yeah,
know that.
yeah.
Yeah, because it brings you back on track.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because even if as a coach, I will send it to my clients, and then you will find like you don't get feedback from your client.
Yeah,
But
absolutely
you want to
so.
see how does she or
Progress,
he
yeah, what the
progress with the
progress is,
goals and
yeah.
see. And if there is obstacles, then we pick it up.
Yes,
Then
and
we
then we
can
address
I can
it.
coach the
Absolutely
person
so.
through that obstacle.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So
But you see, Sons, denial sometimes
Yes.
is also something that
Awesome.
we don't deal with ourselves.
Yeah.
So you go into denial. You don't actually want to speak about it because no, it's not me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you become a perfectionist within yourself, and then you have the voices in your head that say, that's not me.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
living in your
You
head is
understand?
dangerous.
It's a dangerous thing.
So let's talk accountability partners, because
Absolutely.
if you would trust somebody, or you would, in your strong time, you can say, be my accountability partner.
Yeah, it's like with the two of us.
Yeah.
I say to her, I need coaching.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm living in my head too
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
I'm living in my head too
and,
much.
and to give you a personal testimony
Yeah.
that I went through that she knows about. I was almost in a form of depression,
And you
to
just
be
didn't
quite
know.
honest. I knew within myself
Yeah.
that I'm not me. Reason being that I felt that my age is against me.
Yeah.
Right? And also that because I gave over remarkable woman,
Yeah.
that was my baby.
Yeah.
Right? And I came to this point in my life where it's no longer my responsibility,
Yeah.
my commitment.
Yeah.
So I had to give it over, right?
Yeah.
And let go of it.
Yeah.
But had nothing else in the bag
Yeah.
to focus on.
That's difficult.
That's difficult.
Because there's so many elements that are coming to the fore. It's like, does this make me useless now?
You feel useless.
Yeah. Where's my worth? Because
Yes.
I don't have anything to do.
Yes.
Um,
I was saying to Sonia, am I then just, if the people look at
Am
me,
I
they
chopped
just
liver
see,
now?
no, they just see a woman that prays.
Yes.
You see what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Where's my legacy?
What
What
is
did I
what
do?
is the thing that I can I have the coaching skills,
Yeah.
right? I can speak to people,
Yeah.
right? But then fear also grips you.
Yeah.
You think that, ish, hey man, just now I say the wrong thing. You know, there was another barrier. It was language, English,
Okay.
because English is not.
Your
it's
first.
not my
It's not
first
our
language.
mother.
First and prepared and
You know?
prepared. Not preferred.
And I have a friend who just don't care. She told me
I can
it's
see
just a
your sack,
communication thing.
They
As
maak
long
het
as you
baie
know
veel
what
saak.
you're saying and the other people understand you, right?
Yeah.
And they
That
fix it for
matters.
themselves.
They
Yeah.
must put the dots
Yeah,
where
they
it is
think
and
it's
the
a
commas
word
and
and
so
a- not a
and
was.
was. Yeah.
So
you go.
you say they must just go into autocorrect. They mustn't make it your
yes,
issue.
yes,
I
yes,
like
yes,
that. I
yes.
like
It's
that.
a you problem. It's not a my problem.
Yes.
And that's exactly what Sonia told me.
And then you just rolled with
but
it.
can I tell you,
Yeah.
excuses
Yeah.
are the number one
Number
enemy
one.
Yeah.
in a person's life.
Absolutely.
It's the truth.
It's a number one enemy.
It's the truth.
Because you will always make excuses.
Yeah. And sometimes you are the biggest.
You're the biggest problem.
problem.
Yeah.
You're the biggest problem.
So how do we get these ladies to be honest with themselves? And by say these ladies, I mean ourselves as well. How do we stay in an honest place? For me, I think reflection helps.
Yes.
Reflection definitely
Yes.
helps. And I like the fact that you say in your tracking tool, you have questions. Because questions cause you to stop and to ponder I
it
mean,
reveals answers.
Yes.
And that is the biggest thing. I mean, in the Bible, Jesus would ask the blind man, what you want me to do for you?
Yes.
You could have seen the man is blind.
He knew.
You knew from the beginning.
He knew the
man
man
was
was
born
blind.
blind. Why did
But
he
he
ask
still
him?
asked the question.
You know?
He wanted the
And-
guy to answer.
Exactly, and that is what we are living in society today. And many people want answers, but they don't want to be asked questions.
Yes.
And questions reveal answers.
Yes.
So if I ask you, Leanne, how does it continuously serving you not achieving your goals?
Yeah.
You need to answer me. What is it happening to you? Like Joan said, you come up with the excuses. Joan, why don't you
It's
achieve
blame.
your goals?
You blame. It's blame
English.
others,
I can't
blaming
speak
others.
profoundly English, Sonia.
I said so.
I can't this and this.
I did.
I can't this. No, let's not deal with that.
Yeah.
You know, what is it that you want to achieve?
But you know what? You're doing something that's, you're making it look easy, but it's not.
It's not.
You were honest to a place because you found trust in Sonia.
Exactly.
Then Sonia gave you some harsh words.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you took it.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
And people take it for granted that is an easy thing to do.
Yes.
It isn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Because then that leads us to our second issue, the walls.
Yes.
It's like, why do you tell me
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
you know?
Who are you after
Yes,
all?
Yes.
why do you, or they just shut
because
down.
you know what happens, Lee. There's another obstacle, and that is actually blame shift.
Yeah.
You want to blame others
Yes.
all the time.
It's
Yes.
easier.
It's
easier.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can I ask for tissue, please, girlfriend? So if we're gonna continuously blame shift,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, that can become a big, thanks, Angel. That can become a big obstacle in your life because you will always
Blame.
make excuses and blame other people.
Yeah, it is.
But the real person that needs to be blamed
yourself.
it's yourself.
Exactly.
It's
yourself.
yourself. It's your, as jy,
Absolutely.
as jy moet nie om oor die fence kykie.
And Johnny, like Leanne was just saying now, it's so important to be open and accepted towards what the other person said to you. And unfortunately, people are scared for hard conversations. And myself and you had that hard conversation.
Yeah, yo.
And if I had to pet you, how do I help you?
Yeah.
How do I help you moving forward? You know,
Yeah,
if
it's
I had to say, "Oh, shame, Joan, don't worry," you know.
Yeah, and it
is a
feels
thing.
nice, but in
Yeah.
your heart you know.
And
that
how
it
to know.
isn't.
So, in order for me to push my sister, or she pushes me, she needs to have that hard conversation with me, and she needs to have that truth answers with me. And that is sometimes what people can use also
Yes.
as a barrier,
That's
not to
true.
move forward,
That's
because
very
they don't
true.
want to hear the truth.
Yeah.
And then they will withdraw themselves.
That's what I'm
from
saying,
a
the
particular
walls.
person, and they put up that walls.
No
and they're like,
progress.
no progress.
No progress.
Stagnation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're stuck all the time.
And you know the thing about being stuck on an issue, it will visit you again.
Exactly.
That's
You will keep
Oh,
knocking your head on that same wall.
you're gonna write that exams over and over in your life. Ask Joan, she's gonna tell you.
It's so true.
You know, I can talk, guys, of experience because, you know, if you're 60 plus, there's quite a
know
lot
stuff.
of experience
Know stuff.
that you actually,
Too much.
you went through it and you
You've
know
been
what
around
you
it.
say. You've been around that. You know what it is. So if people already tell you and
Yeah.
make excuses,
Yeah,
you're not fooling me. You're fooling yourself.
it is.
You know what I'm
and some
saying?
people take comfort in fooling themselves.
Exactly.
They do. That's why they don't that's why there's no progress.
Yeah.
They don't go forward in life. You know, because it's always going to be something.
Yes.
They're always going to want something or someone
One.
to blame.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And then
It's
and
hot
then
in the
they
studio.
draw and then
Very
they
hot.
draw comparisons.
Yes.
Because someone
Yes.
who compares
Yeah.
will never be able to love themselves.
Self.
No, it is true.
Absolutely.
Never. Never.
Absolutely. And that's why in today's life, people can easily confuse realness with fakeness. You know why I said so? Is when a person is truly living out her purpose or a vision or a goals, because people are so used to excuses and blame and shame, they can easily think this person is acting. This people is fake.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
many people will ask me, but why are you so excited? And
Yeah.
I'm like, it's me. I cannot be not me. You know, I will, even if I'm broke, I will sing in the car on my way to work and the petrol gauge is like red, you know, because that's me. So sometimes people will think, okay, deal with the issue and be sad about it. How does it serve me?
Yeah.
How
What
is
is
gonna
it gonna
serve
fix?
me?
What is it
gonna
gonna
That is
fix?
a good question. How does it serve me?
Yeah.
We keep entertaining things that don't serve us.
Yes.
And we collect them and
That's
we polish
true.
it off. Like you said,
That's
shining your
true.
gold.
That's
Shining
so
your gold.
true.
We shine
We
those.
shine excuses. We rather shine excuses.
Yes. So how is it that we can help people just reorientate themselves? I think for me, I would say embrace the tools, because if you perhaps don't know as much as you ought to know, if you use the tools like the reflection tools or the tracking tools, they take emotion out of it.
Absolutely.
And they give you this objective facts. You get these black and white questions, and you get this black and white tool, and you can't be angry with that. You know
Yes.
what I mean? You can't be
Yes.
angry if I'm sitting here and you tell him. Then I can start blaming Joan, and
Yes.
I don't like your tone now.
That's
I
right.
don't like the way you're looking
That's
at me.
right.
Yes.
But a tool is black and white, and it's there. I mean,
Yes.
I have to make a lot of effort to get upset with that
Absolutely.
tool.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So for me, I would say try and evaluate where you are objectively,
Absolutely.
Yes.
and that will be helpful.
And be real to yourself.
Absolutely.
Because you can fake it too
Yes.
With yourself.
with yourself.
Self.
Deep fake,
It's
man.
fake.
Because you can live in such denial
Yeah,
that you can fake it.
yeah.
You show people a different face.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and then you
And you know it's not you.
Yes.
that's why we look in the mirror.
Yeah.
That's right. That's why.
This is why we look in
Yeah.
the mirror on Talk with Joan.
That's true.
Honestly speaking,
That's true, Johnny.
because many times we wanna come over or
Come across.
come across as this perfect
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
That's
keeping
right.
up with the
perfect-
Joneses.
Yeah.
It's very
right?
expensive.
Right? With our friends, with whoever is around us.
Yeah,
And you see this a lot in the church. It's the faith thing.
yeah,
That is a fine line, right? Between who you are
Yes.
and what you're supposed to do. And then just say, faith it. You can't just faith without works.
Yes. I like
Faith
that.
needs works.
Works.
yeah.
If you want to succeed, you're going to have to act.
Yes. Action.
You're going to have to do. You see what I'm saying? So action is key there. If you want to be successful in life, you have to evaluate, where am I? Draw that line. Ask yourself the question. So, okay, it's the middle of the year. Where do I find myself?
Yes.
If I reflect back on my vision,
Yeah,
what did I accomplish on this list?
yeah,
What do I still need to do? What is the urgent things? What is not
Not,
so
yeah.
urgent?
and
Prioritize.
why? And why am I doing this? And why am I not doing
That's
it?
a very important question.
The why.
The why.
Yeah.
Why?
And what I hear also coming from you is a willingness to be vulnerable, which you mentioned what you see in ministry with people, and you say just faith it, or the balance between keeping yourself in order and trying to put up a facade.
Yes.
I think vulnerability is the key there. It's like if you're not prepared to be vulnerable,
yeah.
the denial can be upheld
Absolutely.
Yes.
by your inability
And you
to
can
be
actually
vulnerable.
live with that denial.
Yes.
Yeah, and
For the
people do.
rest of your life, and your full potential will never ever
Yeah.
come to the fore. You will not live your full potential. The purpose that God ordained you to be on the face of the earth, you will never be able to accomplish
Yeah.
when you live in denial.
It is, and it's opposite of what we believe, because we believe in surrender.
Yes.
And that would be equivalent
Yes.
to what psychologists
Yes.
would say vulnerability, because there's a fair amount of vulnerability
Yes.
that comes to that.
So you can maybe give us quite a few examples of how can they stay focused?
Yeah.
I was hearing why you was talking about the why question, and that is why I normally during my coaching sessions I try to avoid the why question, because the why question intend to reveal a lot of excuses sometimes.
Okay.
If you ask your client, but why do you think you couldn't achieve this? The client will come up with the excuses.
What's an excuse
and
again?
with the what we were just talking about.
Oh,
So
Lord.
I love to ask how questions that's gonna help my client. Like I said,
Yeah.
how does this gonna serve you going forward? I like to ask my client, who told you this? Because the client will say, but this and this and this and this, and say, who told you this? Then the
And
client
don't
like,
you also do so what?
yeah, I do so
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
I
so
do so
what?
what?
So what?
And that
Where
is
to
the-
from now?
Where
Yeah.
to from now? Because that helps the client actually to come up with answers, you know. And one of the things also I remember last week I was doing a client on a lot of things, and then I was doing a technique. I like the way you were saying it, the black and white won't lie. And you do a technique with a client, and the client is writing things down itself, and then the client found out, oh my God,
Yeah.
that is me.
Yeah. What?
It's just me.
Say
You know,
what?
I didn't tell the client. I told the client exactly.
Yeah.
Who
You
you
helped them
are,
to
what is-
discover. Yeah.
You just
Yeah,
discover
discover the
it
real
yourself.
person.
And then
Yes.
you need to make a decision what you're going to do with what you have discovered.
Yeah.
So, Johnny, there's many things that people can do in order to move forward. One of the things is continuously revisiting the goal, reaching out to someone
Yeah.
that you think can be able to assist you, because we are not an island. We all need each other. I mean, I have one or two coaches in my life with Joan as well. So I always ask, you know, asking is very important, because you ask, listen, how can I move from here to there, you know, and be able to accept, you know, help. And that is the
Absolutely
problem
so.
I find many times. People will reach out, people will ask, but they don't want to implement, Joan, what you're
Yeah,
saying,
no
the action.
implementation.
They don't want to
There's
take
action.
action
Yeah,
towards that.
and action's vital.
And that is what keeps people stuck in not achieving their goal.
Yeah.
You will find, like yesterday, before I came to you, I had a client came to my house, and we were talking about, she was talking, there's a whole year. She was talking about the studies, and she wanted to apply for a master's and what. So I said to her, okay, how serious you are? I'm at home tomorrow, I can assist you. And she came over with a laptop, and we complete the
pen
deal.
the plan, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we plan, we apply, you understand what I mean?
Yes.
So that action, that commitment. I had a client the other day, she asked me, okay, Lady Sonia, how much is this session going to be? I said to her, okay, let me tell you something. Let me sow the session in your life, and you pay me back your commitment and your implementation that you're going to do towards
Yeah,
what I'm going to
yeah,
give to
yeah.
you. So
Do the homework.
the money is not a problem for me. Don't worry about the money now. But if you're going to apply, and you're so serious and you're so hungry for change,
Yes.
then
Yes,
let
true.
that be the payment.
That's true.
Let that be a payment, and I will see how serious you are. So, Johnny, what I say it is, people needs to, there is a track record. You need to track your goals. You need to track your goals all the time, you know, and don't give up.
Yes.
If you not achieve it right now, start again.
Yeah, and motivate yourself.
Motivate
That's one
yourself.
of the things
Start
that you have
all
to
over
do.
again.
Yes.
And ask yourself, what
Self-motivation
should
is
I
key.
do next now?
Yes.
Because this happened, you know. So what if you have lost, you know, the job? So what if
You
go-
know, Sons, that's why I like the mirror, because you can talk to yourself.
Absolutely.
When you wake up in the morning and you feel downcast and you feel you just so, this is too much. It feels like a ton of bricks on your head. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is standing in your way, and you feel like, yo, whatever I'm studying is a bit too much for me now, because there are certain things happening at home, and the finances and the resources are not there, and blah, 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 blah. And all those things, right? I always say, I write it down, I look at the mirror, look to the person looking at it, and you know what? When you're in depression, you don't want to look into the mirror.
You
Absolutely.
don't.
Yeah.
Especially not first thing in the morning.
Yeah. And you don't want to affirm yourself
Yeah.
because you don't feel worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But come I tell you, if you can do it, you break that cycle
Absolutely.
of depression or
Yes.
whatever wants to come sit
Yes.
on you.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
and you motivate yourself by affirmation.
Exactly.
Say,
Yes.
I'm intelligent.
I can achieve that.
I'm going to achieve this. I'm going to make it.
Yes.
You know,
Absolutely.
you have to somehow.
Yes.
And say to yourself, I'm beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, I am.
What does the Bible say?
Yeah.
I'm fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yeah,
You
have
know,
to say it, and then you
and
have to
believe
say it out
it.
loud.
Yes.
I always say this to my kids. It's like your brain must hear
Yes.
what's coming out of your
coming out
mouth.
of your mouth,
So
yes.
you have to say that.
Absolutely.
That is important.
I want to pick up on something that you mentioned earlier, and this is the stuff in your own head.
Yes.
So you said that you will always be perfect, or you will live in this false
Facade,
state
yeah.
of perfectionism,
Yeah.
because you're the only one that's
Yeah.
criticizing.
I
You're the
call
only
it-
one
I-
that's
I-
evaluating.
I call it wearing the mask all the time.
Yeah.
yeah, with yourself.
With yourself.
So that's
Yeah.
crazy, eh? So what I wanted to talk about is I'm going to call it stuff in the clouds or stuff in the gray. It's the stuff that constantly happens in your head on loop. There's like these conversations that are always that
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
always
yeah.
having, but you never have them out loud.
Yeah.
And when you don't have them out loud, they cannot be tested.
Yes.
They cannot be interrogated.
That's right.
So you basically are just listening to your own nonsense.
All the
Because
time.
because it's festering.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's festering. And
And it's comfortable.
and I'm a thinker, which means I also have a tendency of being an overthinker.
Yes.
And when I get to venerate the thoughts in my head,
Yes.
and then I realize it wasn't such a great idea after all.
Absolutely, yeah.
So those are the things that you kind of leave in your head and in the
That's
cloud
true.
and in
Yes.
the gray. And for me, I would encourage anyone to begin to talk about those
Yes.
things,
Yes.
so that you can get them out,
Yes.
and you can have a point of decision or
Yes.
departure on them.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, it'll just be looping in your head the whole
Yes.
time. And that's often what people do with their dreams. If you have a big dream, you know, people can be ashamed of their dream because who am I to
Yeah.
dream
To
such
dream
a
this.
thing?
That's
Yeah.
right.
So they
Yeah.
don't say it because out of fear of being
That's
laughed
true.
at,
That's true.
criticized,
Yes.
or someone being perhaps mean about your dream. So people don't do that, and they leave
Yeah.
it in the clouds and they leave it in their heads. So I think I would encourage people to express something else, and that's what happens with vision boards as well. Is because if you put it up, you can see it, and it does something to you visually. It creates a possibility
That's
in your
right.
mind. It
That's
creates a future. It creates a vision, like you say. So how would we coach people to get out of that loop and get it out into reality?
Into real. And that is what I was saying to Joan last night. I said, even when it comes to values, whenever you don't have your prop values, that you live by, because the values is helping us to make better decisions. And hence sometimes we don't live, we say our values. The vision board will be there. It's just pictures and stuff. I don't like vision board.
Yeah.
I work with goals and I do it on my Excel
You like
spreadsheet.
your black and white
I like my
spreadsheets.
black and white spreadsheet.
Yeah,
praying
and-
kiss me.
yeah,
Yes,
and,
you know.
and you write it. You
Yeah.
write it.
Okay.
You
I
say,
don't have
this is-
time to-
This is my goal.
To cut out pictures of a boat and put it on there.
Me too. I don't like
If
it.
I want to go on a boat, I will write it down
Yeah.
and I will move towards it. I will save up and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll start. So the problem is, Leanne, is when people don't love it.
Okay.
It's like you have to. I said to Joan last night, is as long as it's going to be here,
Yeah.
and as long as you're going to just speak about it,
Yeah.
without take action towards it, that is where the problem is.
So you're saying you describing something like cognitive dissonance.
Exactly.
Like what's happening and what's
Yeah.
coming out is very
It's
very
different.
different.
It's very
different.
different. It's very different.
It's two different languages.
Yeah.
And I want
See, I don't speak. I don't understand
yes.
French
Yeah.
per se.
Yeah.
So it's like French.
Yeah.
But it's you speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I said to
You
Jody,
get me?
I do.
because there's a different language for everything in life. Accountants, they will have a different language speaking about spreadsheets
Yes.
and accounting balance
Yes.
sheets
Yeah.
and balance sheets and whatever things. coaching as a language, you know.
Yes.
Goals, whatever. When we speak about goals, there's a specific language.
Yes.
We talk about dates. We talk about timelines. We talk about where are you now, where you want to move.
We get into that goal-setting
you
lexicon,
know? And we take actions, you know, and that is what actually helping us moving forward. I just want to come back quickly with one thing Joan said I picked up about the resources. That can also become an excuse sometimes for
Yes,
us not
true.
achieving our goals.
Yeah.
Very
Because
true.
the first thing when a person set a goal, the first thing that comes up sometimes to a person is money.
Yeah.
And money, I just want to decree and declare it. Money is not the only resource in
That's
our
a
life.
fact.
Yeah.
That's a
You know,
fact.
we're so loaded with possibilities.
Yes,
We're so
yes.
loaded with
potential.
capabilities, potential,
Yes.
you know. And now we make, you know, let me tell you guys in 1 minute this testimony. In January, I went through a devastated time. Something happened with our HR and our medical aid, and my salary was not paid into my bank account. And yeah, I was like, with all my debits had to go off. I had to pay Jade's school fees, my registration, everything. And it's part of my goals. I need to finish my studies. My daughter need to finish her studies. And yeah, I don't have a salary.
Yeah.
And HR and the medical aid said they can only sort it out, you know, throughout this month. So I am there without a salary and, you know, how I'm going to survive? Debit orders must go off. They go back, you know,
Yeah.
unpaid stuff
Playing
and
ping pong
whatever.
ball, yeah, in my
Yes, ping
account.
But let me tell you, money is so underrated sometimes because I could still went through January
With
you
no
know,
money.
with no money, and then I could still went and make other arrangements
Yeah.
for my daughter's registration to
Yeah.
go through, my
Yeah.
registration to went through, you know, to the bank I make arrangements. I couldn't have sit down and cry my eyes out and feel like I don't have money.
So the
you know,
pertinent thing,
I
you took
had
the action.
potential within me.
Action,
I had
action.
potential within me. I have capabilities and abilities within me to arise from
I have
that
the
situ-
willpower.
power
Yeah.
to arise within me and to
Yeah. So
to
money
fix
ain't
it.
no thing.
money ain't no thing.
You know, I have this
So,
friend.
if you-
I have this friend, Gail. In fact, she always says, if something happens in your life, and she says, "But did you die?"
That's a good one.
That's a good
actually
one.
a good
Yeah.
one.
That's a good
It's
one.
terrible,
one.
but it is a good one.
It's terrible, but you're still alive.
Yes.
I was speaking with one of my colleagues. I think, okay, he will say he put a few dollars in my account, and he was saying to me, Sonia, stay present.
Okay.
And that hit me. He
Yeah.
was like, Sonia, stay present. This thing have happened, but it's not going to determine your future
Yeah,
now.
don't be absent.
Don't be absent. Just stay present, and so that you can think clear.
Yes.
How you going to move from here. And I'm telling
Because you can become absent with your own goals.
Absolutely.
How so?
With your own,
Speak
with
into
your own,
that.
with your own vision.
Yeah.
You wrote it down.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You want
And then you put it
You
in.
want
I like it.
Yeah.
You want it.
Yeah.
Right? But you go on another journey.
Yeah.
You're absent
You
From
know
that
where.
story that you
from
wrote.
your roadmap,
You know where.
your
Yeah.
only journey, and you know that, hey man, I'm now actually off track.
Yeah.
And when you go back, that's why I like the tracking thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
At the end of the week, ask
Yes.
yourself, what did I achieve?
Yes.
What did I accomplish
Yes.
Yeah.
this week?
Yes.
You know, what stood out for me
Yes.
for this week?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that also makes you fruitful, you know, in what you're doing. But if you are absent with yourself,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're going to be present somewhere else.
Exactly.
That's a rough one.
Exactly.
You're going to be present somewhere else.
I agree
You
with
know what
you.
I'm saying?
Yes.
That's why I'm saying, Sonia, with the resources, I fully agree. Finances is not the issue. And how many of us look at this one commodity,
Exactly.
this one thing, when it comes to
Yeah, the
resources?
be all and end all of
we
everything.
stuck just
there.
there.
Yeah, no, it's
You
true.
know,
I remember one
whereas-
show we did where you said, "What kind of a broke person are you?"
You
You remember that
understand?
one?
Yeah.
That one
That
was-
is, yes.
That's right.
yeah. Do you
Yeah.
check out? Are you
Yeah.
miserable? You know,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing for
you're
yourself?
but you're
Yeah.
not present in your current dilemma. No, it's true, and I like the fact that you say there are other resources, and
There's a lot of others.
the money is overrated, and the other things that you can
And
do.
you just have to, you know, when you're at the shore,
yeah,
you can say, ooh, the water's so lekker, ooh, but you never wet your ankles.
Exactly.
action.
You can stand
Action.
there and you can
Strategy.
admire that water and say, oh, it looks so lekker, oh, it looks so divine. Oh, look at the people. But if you don't go in
Yeah.
and take a leap, and wet your ankles,
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
it's not going to happen for you.
I wonder
It's
if
not gonna happen.
I wonder if we might explore two things. One is knowing yourself. So you said, I don't like the sprinkies and I don't have time to find magazines and
No, I
cut
don't
things
have-
out
I don't have
and
that.
put things out.
No, I don't like it.
I don't have the capacity for that.
I
But
don't know
that's
if
because
it's-
you know yourself, and that's
Yeah,
because you know yourself. But I think in helping people move forward in their life, I think one of the fundamental or the first steps is helping people know themselves.
Yes.
Like you know yourselves, you can openly
Yes.
declare that.
Yes.
And then you get people who operate on a different currency. Like, for example, they're not good with the black and white. They need the colors.
Okay.
They need the highlighters.
Yes. Yes.
It differs.
Yes, it
Yes.
does. But because people don't know themselves, they can't put themselves in the necessary strategy so that they can succeed. So I think tools like understanding your personality,
That's right. Your
Personality
character.
trait.
your
how
character,
You are.
what makes you tick
Yes.
is helpful.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
Because that imports into a strategy.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Sometimes people have the potential, the capacity, and the ability to do something.
Yes.
But they are employing the wrong strategy.
That's right.
Exactly.
Like if I had to make 100 vision boards for you, it's
Yes.
just going to irritate you.
Yes.
Because it didn't give you what you
Yes.
needed.
Yes.
So the vision board strategy is the wrong one for Sonia and the wrong
Yes.
one for Joan.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, but now Leanne likes sparkles and colors.
Bling.
Yes, thing.
Yeah.
And now you're giving me black and white things.
Yeah.
And like, it's the wrong
Because
strategy
it's
for
not your
me.
character.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not who you are.
So helping, and I think this goes a long way because if you understand yourself better, you can also demystify a lot of things. Like, oh, that's why I'm not progressing because I can do it this way rather. So I think understanding yourself is a very helpful tool, and that feeds, like I say, into the correct strategy because people are not getting their goals because they're applying the wrong strategy for
Strategy. It's
It's
themselves.
like we said last night. I explained something to you.
Yeah.
And I explained to you what I'm doing now. Right? And I feel I'm not getting the satisfaction.
Yes, I hear what you say.
You know what I'm saying? Because you are doing something out of who you are.
Out of character.
It's not you.
Yeah.
You-
and you'll
you-
never be
And
comfortable
you
in
never.
that situation.
And you're unpleasant.
You're unpleasant.
And that's why
Because
a
you're
lot
not
of people
passionate
are
about it.
unpleasant within their job situations.
Yeah.
Because
You're
they're
not
not
even
doing
suitable for it.
Yeah. They're not doing their passion,
Yeah.
their dreams.
Yeah.
They're not living it.
Yeah.
They're just there for the finances.
Yeah.
So they stick out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's not them.
And you actually make it
It's
a
not
bad
them.
experience for everyone else as well. This past week, I went to go and visit a friend, and we were doing this. I think it's an enneagram.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Have
you
quite
done
funny.
this?
Yeah, and it's quite funny because I'll be in relationship with you, and then obviously I'll get to know certain attributes about yourself. You know, Joan, straight talker, emotionally balanced. You know, things I observe, and then we shared the enneagram results, and for relationship, it was funny because like the penny dropped on a couple of things, you know.
Yes.
Like my husband's personality type is a certain way. And I'm
That's
like,
right.
that's why you do that, you know. That's why you do that.
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying it's useful, and it's useful for yourself, but
Yeah.
it's also useful in relationship with people.
Absolutely so.
You know,
Yeah,
when
because
I've done my immigrant,
Yeah.
there's a lengthy report. I
Yeah.
know there's one quick one,
Yeah, there's
but
quick
there's a
ones.
very lengthy report. And I remember my coach preferred me not to look at my report.
Yeah.
And then I set a coaching session with her, and we went through my report.
Yeah.
And wow, was it a great awakening of things that is a weakness and
Yeah.
things that is a strength.
But that's what I'm saying.
And it was
It's
helping me.
insightful. It helps
And it was
you.
helping me. So it's really, that's one of the good things that a person can do.
Yes.
To actually
Yeah,
find
find
out
who
who are
you-
you
Yeah.
to do the
Yeah.
I know there's another one, it's a quick one that one of my other friends have introduced me with, and I've done it as well. I think you put your birth in and everything. And that was also helpful to see, wow, that's why I'm the way I am. That's why my children are the way they are. That's why my husband is the way they are.
Yeah, and you can deal with people better. Like, for
Exactly.
example, energy levels.
Yes.
Some people get rejuvenated without people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that's where they draw their,
Right.
their strength from. Other people need other people. Some people need other people.
Yeah, you just need that push from
To
other
fill,
people.
yeah, to fill that energy.
Yeah.
up.
Yes, So then
Call
you,
them energy boosters.
so you would think that a person who wants to be alone there's something wrong with them. They're socially awkward, but it's
No,
not. It's just that's the
that's
way
But then
they are.
you also find energy vampires. You
Yes,
know what?
yes.
People that can draw energy out of
Yes,
you.
like
When-
yesterday I had a good mood and then
when
I saw
they
you.
leave- When they leave your side, you feel like, oh my God.
Thank
Really,
you,
the
Jesus.
world is coming to the end. Yeah, Sonia, yeah.
A
Really, you
breather, a
Bye, please.
really you are, bro.
Like I didn't know.
Like, I didn't know. I don't have money in the bank.
Yes, so
Yeah.
okay, that's a separate category altogether, Sonia.
We just have to put it out there because
Yeah.
we found people like that.
And then Joan, we've got quite a few
Yeah.
a few comments.
If
here.
you
Do wanna
can, if you can go through
Okay.
it, yes.
Let's acknowledge the logger ins and
Yeah,
Zahara
thank you
Alpa.
so much.
Good mornings. Maria, good mornings. Pastors Valenti, good mornings, beautiful ladies. We receive it, thank you. Eileen Pelman, good morning, beautiful ladies. Love, hope, and faith. Okay, and then Gail Briley, good morning. Candace Sammy, can your goal example you wanted to complete your studies change when God shows you or given you a task that his goal now takes precedency? Is it an excuse or how do you find balance? Maybe we can answer that one. I think she's saying you were on a track and then God's plan for your life emerges as something more important. I think that's what she's saying. You
Okay.
guys can correct me if I'm not.
Yeah.
But can you, she means,
Okay.
can you park
You-
that goal that you were busy with
Yeah.
and then attend to this?
Yeah. Can I define if I understand you correctly?
Okay.
So you have your goal settings in your studies, right? But now at church, there's
Something else.
she feels that it takes presidency, which she always also like,
Yeah.
right? But now her studies are standing still. That's
Yeah.
an excuse.
Yeah.
To me,
And a season maybe.
Can I be straightforward? That's an excuse because you can also say, you know what I'm saying, that I have to put the one aside to attend to the
Other
other,
one.
Yeah.
right?
And what about seasons? Can't we acknowledge that, sometimes you have to sacrifice something for a season, and that helps you get mental balance. It's like, like for example, if you are a mother of a newborn child, you can't want to be in every church department.
It's a very dangerous.
It depends. It totally depends, like you said, Pastor Leandis. But what Joan was saying now is, I wanted to answer that also using it as an excuse.
Yeah.
Because that is where balance comes in.
Balance.
That is where
Balance.
priorities come
Yes,
in.
yes, yes.
That is when you start prioritize
Yes,
your goals.
yes. Balance,
You know? You're
balance.
like, okay, I'm studying, so I'm doing 4 modules, so I'm going to do 2 modules. In order to also attend to this, then I'm going to just lessen my modules. I'm not going to totally
Absolutely
leave that
so.
out.
Okay, so
But I'm
in other
just-
words,
So you-
you do
compromise,
adjustments.
find a
You-
compromise.
and you-
It's
and you
almost like
adjust.
ordering your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
You manage then your life.
Yes.
Then
Yeah.
you are in control, you
Yes.
manage it.
Yes.
You're like, I'm still doing that. I just want to make this example. One of our HODs walked into my office, and one of the postgrad candidates today is doing his PhD. And I'm sitting here by my desk, I'm doing my MBA. And then this person, actually report to the HOD. And the HOD was like asking him, why are you so delaying with your proposal and your PhD and what? And he was saying, I can't find time. This and that. And he just turned around and he said to him, look
You'll
at Sonia.
never- yeah.
And he was laughing and he was saying to one of his other colleagues, and one of the other colleagues walked in, also doing his PhD, and he said to him, you know what Doc said to me now? And I laugh at it, but it's so true. Because in academically writing, we always use reference. And it was immediately referenced Sonia and said, she got such a big workload and still she managed to do her studies. And an MBA is not
It's not
child's
easy.
play.
It's not
and,
easy.
And by him saying that to him, it was encouraging him to continue with his
Yes.
proposal. And I was in the presence while he was having a meeting with his supervisors with his proposal. So
you just sat there looking
I
like the
mean,
golden girl,
because
and you were
for
like,
me-
yes.
For me, it's like, it might be an example that he was saying, look at Sonia, but the thing is, he was saying to him, I don't listen to your excuse.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
because I
so.
see it happening in
Why-
another
why
person's
must you
life.
listen? An excuse.
Because my personal experience in this, I always wanted to be a social worker or a teacher.
Yes,
I couldn't go for social working,
yes,
but I went to teachers' college.
that's right.
Then it was riots, right? I put my studies aside. I said, okay, I'll come back to it. But once I had the monies in my hand,
I didn't.
because I went to go work.
Yeah.
Come I tell you, I didn't.
Didn't.
Yes. I know our time is up, right?
Sure.
So I see it's 10. So yeah. So what we can do is actually we can actually go further, because we wanted to talk about people who are in grade 12 at the moment. What is your game plan, right? What are you going to study? If you don't know now already what you're going to study, you're going to fall for anything,
Yes.
right? So, but we had to do this so that you can get back on par,
Yes.
get back to the track,
Yes.
right? Because life is a journey.
Yeah. And even if we just inspired you to think about
Yes,
it.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
That's also important, you know. And I want to say to Candace, as Sonia said, lesser the modules, right, and still do what you now see as being
Yeah.
presidency.
Yeah.
And try and be a whole person. Don't be two
Be
people.
a
the
whole
student
person.
and the
Be a whole
the faith
person.
worker.
Yes.
You have to merge those so
You
you,
have
don't
to
have
merge
this
it.
You have to.
split personality.
Otherwise, you're never going to
situation.
succeed. You're not going to
Absolutely.
succeed.
And don't set yourself up for failure.
Yeah,
don't,
don't.
take 6 modules
Don't.
and want to be in church
Yeah.
every night.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She says, okay, that's Gail says, Lady S, you are on the money about using some distractions as excuses. Shoo, I'm so guilty. And then Candace says, that's so true. Grief can really set you back. And finances, for instance, all of a sudden, your bond, cars, food spiked so much that you now relook, for instance, your studies. What do you do? I say,
Yeah.
keep on and make arrangements.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you know what?
Exactly.
And you know what? They are real things. They are real
There's
circumstances. So
circumstances.
we're not saying be devoid of
Exactly.
reality. We're saying be adaptable.
Yes.
Yes.
Make it work.
Yes. Use
Set yourself
Chat
up
GTP and write a beautiful motivation to the bank, making arrangements. And I'm serious.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know why people are shy to downscale.
Oh yes.
For me, it's like
But you can't start that now because that is so
Okay.
good. You have to keep that.
okay. Let's
The
keep-
downscaling
let's-
is the downscaling.
It's very important.
That's very
Leandra.
important. And yeah, let's just rather hold
Ooh,
it.
Leandra.
Just
It's in
bring
my
it in. Yeah.
Let's pull it
Leanne,
in.
it's important that's important, because many of us want to still have, you know, or
The things.
thing.
live a certain life because of the Joneses,
Yeah.
because of how we are perceived
Yeah.
to look
I
and
don't
to
care.
be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Fate can overtake
We-
your
Yeah.
goals and your dreams.
Because it's
So yeah, we came to the end of our show.
shut it down.
Woo! Girlfriends, I have so many other things that I wanted to say.
I know.
But your last remarks quickly, and let's say goodbye.
Yes, I would say to our viewers out there in audience, please, it's important to relearn. It's okay to unlearn certain habits, behaviors, attitudes, excuses, and to learn new ones.
Yes.
Go ahead and do
Yes,
that.
yes,
And
amen.
one important thing, I'm a coach. Get yourself a coach. It doesn't
Yes.
have to be me. And stop those online coaches, okay? I know it's not 100% working. I have a client that went for online coaching, and yet she had to come back and see somebody in the room and have facts on the table. So yeah, it's a good thing, but yeah, do coaching online with the professional coaches. But if you need help, seek help. Try to make contact virtually, face to face, and
Yes.
get help. I promise you,
That's
it's gonna work
important.
for you. It's working for me. It's gonna work for you.
Yes.
And then from me, don't let anything discourage you.
Yes.
Like Lady A said earlier on, you've got you loaded. Maybe not with the things that you want, but you are loaded. And sometimes difficult or adversarial circumstances bring those things out of you. So don't be afraid of little hard work. And we take setbacks, we do, but then ask yourself, did you die?
Oh yeah, July won't
Yeah,
lie.
I wanna just say it all starts with a positive
That's right.
mindset. Be positive. Be real to yourself. Be the best you could ever be.
Yes.
Don't look at your neighbor. Moenie oor die fence loerie. No, concentrate on you. You are the person who
Yes.
matters. So from us to you, we love you. God loves you best. Go in the peace of the Lord.
Yes.
Until next week. Mwah.
Have fun.
In the shade. As I look up